All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I heart Aries. My name is Chelsea, and this is the channel where we do all Aries readings. And today we're going to take a look here at the singles energy for the month of July. I did not do it for June. I kept forgetting. I kept forgetting. I don't know. Sometimes I shy away from the singles reading because it's not that how do I put this? I feel that people are waiting to just see when they're going to find love. And I feel like the singles readings are deeper than that. Because a lot of times it's not about when you're going to receive love, it's more about why haven't I received it yet. And if I want to be very, very honest, being a tarot reader and doing readings for a lot of single people or people who are in situationships, I could say why, and they will completely never absorb that information, and they still just want to know when or if this is the person. And I feel like for singles who are single, who do have a divine soulmate or someone coming in for them, I do feel like it is all about, not just the receptivity, but it is the preparing yourself for the relationship that you desire, that your soul truly desires. It's never about, God keeping it away from you. It's about you being prepared to receive the love that you desire. And you know what you want. You know exactly what you want. Even if you can't put it into words, even if you can't write it on paper, you know exactly what it is that you want. But a lot of you won't allow yourself to receive what you want because you will not. And I'm going to say it differently because we always hear do the work. And then I say, well, Chelsea, I've done the work. I've done this. I've done the spiritual retreats. I've done the soul work. I've done the shadow work. I've done this. And I'll say this. If you truly have, you wouldn't be searching. Okay? It's just how I feel. If you really have done the work, you wouldn't be searching. You would be almost in an energy of, I know it's coming. I'm having as much fun as I can have right now as I'm a single person because I know my singleness is about to come to an end. And maybe I am doing a little preparation for when this person comes in. You wouldn't be searching. Your soul wouldn't be in agony. You wouldn't be thinking about what you need to change about yourself. You wouldn't be thinking about the next manifestation technique. You wouldn't be, consumed or even still asking. You wouldn't even still be asking, when is it going to happen to the tarot lady? All right? You wouldn't be. You wouldn't be. Not if you've truly done the work that your soul needs. And everybody's going to be a little different. Everybody's going to be a little different about what they need, their triggers, their traumas, because of past life situations and karma that you have to heal on your own. All right. So I know I'm going down a little spiral, but I just want to say this, and I wanted to open this reading with this information and this download that I have. Okay. So this is a channeled message. All right. And this message is for Aries, souls, sun, moon, and rising, who have been asking, why am I still single? All right. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are being prepared for love that is worthy of your becoming. Right now, the collective is going through a sacred unraveling where illusions about love, dating, and connection are falling away. Many are waking up from the dream of surface level attraction, craving something real, rooted and soul deep. Okay, Aries, your soul is a flame, bright, raw, and untamed. You were never meant to dim your fire to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You've been single longer than you expected, not because love has forgotten you, but because your spirit refused to settle for something small. You are attracting someone who speaks your soul's language, who honors your independence, who mirrors your growth, and who sees your heart beyond the armor. This is not a waiting season. It's a becoming season. Okay? So ask yourself not where is my person, but who am I becoming that only divine love can recognize. The path is aligning, the healing is working, and when it arrives, it won't feel like a chase. It will feel like home. Now, let's see what Spirit wants you to know today. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I Heart Aries. My name is Chelsea, and this is the channel where we do all Aries readings. Today, we're going to take a look here at the energy for the singles. I'm going to pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle here, and I'm going to read the relationship message to see where you're at and what is coming in. Let's take a look. Holy Spirit, spirits, and angels, please allow me to deliver clear messages to the Aries collective who are single and who need the message the most. All right. Give us a chance clearing here. All right, we have Thinker. It looked like it wanted to come in reverse. I will read the protection message. Let me see. Give me one more here. Single Aries. Co-create. All right, I like it. Okay. So let's take a look. So for the Thinker here, it looked like it wanted to flip in reverse, and I feel like it may be also the upright message. So let's take a look. So for the Thinker, 44, that could be somebody's number. Strategy, being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there's enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Ooh, now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. And the protection message says you might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. Okay? Then you got Not For You, which is number 6. Let's take a look at that. And it says a clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. Now, I know what these cards mean, but just bear with me because I want to read these messages because I'm going somewhere with this, okay? Some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning. All right. But the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot, there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. All right. And then you have the beautiful co-create, number 40. So, number 40, co-create, creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, and manifestation. So, co-create, connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would never have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. All right. So you got the Thinker, overthinking, over-analyzing, or they say, or it could be analysis paralysis in some situations. You got Not For You. When you realize that something or someone is not for you, they are saying that is when you exit stage left. You don't need to keep exploring. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I'm having a trigger. But I think, and I'm going to explain why. I think we all go through those situations where we can see things from the outside looking in. And, it doesn't matter how much you tell somebody something, they just don't get it. And honestly, Chelsea, not the tarot reader Chelsea, but Chelsea in your real life. This is funny. It's that when I see somebody in a situation and I know they know, I don't say anything. I don't say anything. I know you'd be like, well, Chelsea, you can see. Da, 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 da. I don't say anything. You know why? Because a lot of what I see and what I have seen is that you tell somebody something and they won't listen. They won't listen. They won't get it. They won't do it. They won't, you know what I'm saying? So that has caused arguments in some friendships of mine within relationships. They'll come to you and be like, girl, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what you need to do because look at this. And da, 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 da. Next thing you know, they write back with them. But now the tarot lady, Chelsea, is here and people pay me to tell them what to do. All right. Do you think they do it? No, they don't do it. You know why they don't do it? Because in 3 months, they're coming back asking me about the same motherfucker that I told them that you should leave because this ain't it. Right. And so I needed to have that moment real quick because that's a trigger. And this, if you really want a singles reading, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a raw singles reading. If you really want to find your divine partnership, I have to be raw and rugged and thuggish with you. Okay. A lot of us are healing from traumatic wounds from a past life that we really don't remember. We literally come here to earth to remember them, okay? We come to earth to remember our superpowers. We all manifest instantaneously, but we forgot, and so we're here to remember it. We all have a divine love or counterpart. Maybe we meet them in this lifetime, maybe we don't, but we have the opportunity to do so. And I feel like a lot of people on the way that we date, especially in the beginning of our lifetime, are reminders of what we went through in a previous life. It doesn't always mean that we marry them as soon as we like, okay, we, you know, especially for the people who have gotten divorced. I know you can attest to that, right? These are reminders of things that we did in a past life, and they're supposed to be lessons that we pick up on. But a lot of times I see that the biggest thing I see in our generation that needs to be healed is codependency. Codependency. If we can free ourselves from that, I think a lot of the times we can stop making the wrong choice in people and partnerships. But because there is so many codependent people, right? Even if you think you're not, you probably are one. It triggers you into making the wrong decision in love. Now, we need people, right? So codependency can be like, okay, well, you need to be with people, da da da. But it's not that. It's the unhealthy versions of people that we attach ourselves to because we are still identifying with the unhealthy version of ourselves. And a lot of that has to do with our self-worth and our self-love and things of that nature. So I just want to say that real quick. This overall energy is saying here that you don't need to overthink it when you meet someone. A lot of times you're going to feel it. A lot of times you're going to, I'm not going to say you're going to know it because sometimes you could be operating through your unhealed self and you may not. You may push the person away. But a lot of times there will be signs that will present itself that's saying that this person is not for you. And at that moment, you should back away. All right. But the beautiful part about it is that you are a co-creator and you get to decide on what it is that you want and how you have it and when it comes and all this other things. But the biggest problem people have is that they don't allow it to happen. They don't allow it to happen for themselves. And that's where you are at, single Aries. You're kind of in a sweet spot. I always feel like being single is a sweet spot because you have a lot of time to draw on the canvas. But a lot of people like to rush that process of drawing on the canvas, right? They just want somebody to come. Well, why don't you use this time to draw your own beautiful picture? And when I mean that, I mean co-create with you and the divine about what it is and who it is that you want. Don't think of your single time as a punishment. Think of it as playtime. Think of it as a time to be creative. Think of this as a time to tweak and redraw and rewrite and repaint what it is that you want to see in your reality. Okay? All right. So the first card that was coming out was Control in reverse. That is asking you to let go of the control, right? We have short term, quick fling endings, time, triangle, crowded relationship, and choices. We have obstacles, blocks, pathways, and delays. Dating wanted to come out. Show me two more cards here for single Aries. We have Ice Queen, Divorcee, Mother, and Discernment. Discernment, there's a name right there. We have career. business success and advancement. So somebody may come along in your same field, but tell me more. And we have union. All right, there it is. Serious relationship, marriage, and partnership. Let the short-term relationships be just that. Let them be. So many people end up in long-term relationships with people who should have been short-term. Okay? And that is always going to present an obstacle even moving forward. Because it's like the longer that you stay in a relationship that is unhealthy for you, it does kind of damage to you that you're going to have to go ahead and undo after the fact. But you never really spend the time to do that. So the Ice Queen came out simply for discernment, right? Having discernment about who you're dating, who you're connecting to, who you're involving yourself with, who you're swapping spit with, because that is spiritual as well. So let's take a look here. This is for single Aries. Show me what's coming and what do they need to know. Look at that. First card out is the Tower. Unexpected shocks, changes, transformations, upheavals. Somebody could be coming in very, very unexpectedly, very shocking. But I also feel like this is a mindset shift completely, like complete mindset shift as well. Aries and Scorpionic energy. Show me more. What is the challenge here for a single Aries? High Priestess, biggest one. Biggest challenge yet. And that's listening to your intuition. The discernment, right? Listening to your intuition. When something or someone is telling you and showing you who they are, believe them. I could say that until I am blue in the face. You think? Believe them, right? Believe them. They showed you what they are, who they are. They showed you what they're capable of doing. Believe them. Oh, they came back nice and sweet and said they're going to work on it and they're going to change. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Believe them. Okay? Believe them. Stop allowing yourself to break your own heart. Okay? Because that's essentially what's happening. And you wanting to blame them for doing it. No, it's you who are putting yourself in the same positions over and over and over again to get your heart broken when somebody has already told you what they're capable of. All right. What does Spirit want you to focus on? We got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is funny. I started this reading before they cut out and it didn't save. And the 10 of Pentacles came in reverse the first time. Could be a breakup. Some of you need to disconnect from something that you're in, right? You're watching a singles reading and you know you need to disconnect from something that you're in. But that's okay. I feel like this is more about generational trauma and failed relationships from your past life or even just from your past that you've witnessed growing up. There needs to be some, I don't want to say disconnection, but there needs to be some healing of that wounds that have been passed down to you generationally, okay? And you kind of need to sit and examine of what those are. What did mama and papa do that I'm not going to do? Or maybe that relationship looked good from the outside, but there were really things that were happening in there that's been passed down to me. You need to kind of take evaluation and say, this is not going to be me. That story ends there. And this is what I am willing to accept. The 10 of Pentacles coming in reverse is in the position of what you need to focus on. So this is literally about generational trauma. Whether this is literally parents or grandparents that you knew, or if this is from a past life, right? And in those situations, you ask, well, Chelsea, how do I figure that out? You ask. The answer will come to you. We are so telepathic, intuitive. You just have to give yourself a chance to receive the message, okay? It will come. It will come to you. It will show you. It will come up in a way of an epiphany. Maybe it'll come up in a reflection of a relationship, but it will come to you and it'll show you exactly what you need to work on. We have the Ace of Wands and we have the Three of Cups. What you're leaving in the past. You're leaving in the past the reconnecting with people who maybe it's just the sex was good or there is some sort of chemistry or chemical bond or connection. And I keep going back to these situations. Or the people that have put you in third-party situations when you've agreed upon that you were going to be single, you were going to be practice monogamy or whatever, right? Or even the situations where, single Aries, sometimes we just tend to go back to people because we don't have anybody else on the roster or the agenda at the moment. And so why not? Let me just go get my feet wet because whatever. Well, Sure, you're grown. You can do whatever you want to do. But then when you come to me and you say, well, where's my divine person? Where's my divine partner? Well, you have free will too, right? Everybody thinks that it's going to happen at this set time, but you can delay things, you can speed them up. And one way you can delay things is always going back to the past, all right? If you're consistently going back to your past and you're telling yourself, well, I'm just doing it because I'm bored and I'm just doing this. If you have healed yourself to a point that you're at a version of yourself that you no longer even accept those things that attracted you to this person in the past, you wouldn't even find this person attractive anymore. You would be repulsed, and no offense to them, could be still attractive, but you wouldn't be attracted to this person because the past represents a past version of yourself that you are trying to heal and ascend from. So there would never be no going back. Okay. There would never be no going back. I have been single and celibate since 2022. All right. And it ain't because ain't nobody knocking on this door. It ain't nobody because nobody's in these DMs, and it ain't because nobody ain't trying to come back. I literally don't find those people attractive anymore. All right. Even if it's the same type of people coming in, don't find them attractive anymore. And that's how you know that you have leveled up, ascended, or healed from at least one of those traumatic wounds that keeping you in a cycle of attracting the same type of people. All right. So that's in the position of what needs to be left in the past is the Three of Cups and the Ace of Wands. All right. Reconciling with things that are just for the passion. And I'm speaking to Aries people right now, right? We love passion and there's nothing wrong with that. But you can have safety and passion, right? Instead of settling for passion and chaos, right? You can have them both. The safety and passion. What's crowning Aries? Look at that. See what I mean? Empress energy. This is what you need to embody or you are stepping into, all right? The Empress does not get off of this throne because everything that she desires comes to her like a magnet. Why? Because she is in the same frequency of the thing that she desires. The moment that you step down on this throne, be prepared to get what you do not need to be having, all right? You know what I'm saying? If you step off your throne to go down and get something that is lesser than you, then that's essentially you saying, okay, well, this is what I'm going to get. This is what I'm settling for. And then you're going to be looking at this thing like, why isn't this working? Why isn't this not? Well, because it was never meant for you. All right. It's not about waiting. It's about stepping and embodying the version of yourself that attracts the version of the person that you want. And the moment that you can do that, they show up. It's very difficult to do that when you keep going back to what is not working, what is not for you, or what is not aligned to you. Okay? What is not aligned to you? Show me clearly here what's coming towards single Aries. We have King of Swords, and we have the Strength card. This is all about discernment. This is all about, you know what I even feel? This is somebody who also is very honest, truthful, straight to the point. But this is somebody who has also tamed their own demons. Okay, when I see the Strength card here, Leo energy, Aquarius, Libra, I can't even get them all out, and Gemini energy. But this is somebody who has tamed their own demons. This is somebody who has worked on their own mind. And I feel like for someone that is very important. You may have been dealing with somebody, and it's not that, we all have a little bit of mental health stuff going on in there. It's not that they have mental health issues or things of that nature. It is more so that this is someone who is working on those things, okay? This is somebody who is working on those things diligently, doing their best to be their best selves and their higher selves, okay? There could be, and this is what I'm picking up on, if this person comes into your life, there almost could be a little apprehension or fear to attract to this person because it's something that you are not used to, right? You're not used to someone who uses or has uses discernment in their own lives, okay? Let me see here. A lot of cards came out. So we have Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Sun card. I'm going to show this. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and the Sun. This is an energy here of abandonment and feeling like nothing is for you or feeling like you've missed the opportunity. But that is going to be changed here soon with the Sun here because the Sun is all about illumination, happiness, joy, getting exactly what you deserve and what you desire. Okay? I'm going to leave that there because it fell out. That's for the Aries energy. So there's something here that is healing around abandonment issues, abandonment wounds, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like it's never going to happen for you, feeling like you've missed an opportunity or love is not coming for you. Anytime the Four of Cups comes out, this is a card of gratitude, focusing on what you do have, and that expands. But I feel like the Sun here is more of an aha moment, okay? Reaching some pinnacle of joy. Show me clearly, Aries, in their environment, what's going on. We have the Temperance. So behind the scenes, Spirit is working it out for you. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Emperor. So Temperance here is all about balance and patience. That is not our strong suit, you know, but it is saying, hey, if you can be patient and transmute those wounds, those triggers, and those traumas, we can do the rest. All right. We can do the rest for you with the Temperance here, Sagittarius energy. And there it is, Knight of Swords and the Lovers. All right. And then it comes rushing in. All right. Divine Love, Gemini energy, very strong Gemini energy here. What am I seeing over there? I keep seeing something. Aries, this is love with a purpose. This is love with a lover who has discernment. This is a lover who, when I see the Knight of Swords and the Lovers together, this is someone here who is not hesitant. When they see you, they know it's you, right? There is no kind of like hesitation or game playing. This is like somebody who is in pursuit of happiness and love. This is what's coming in for you, the Lovers and the Knight of Swords. The King of Swords has already showed that this is somebody who is very discerning, very truthful, very honest. But I feel like the Knight of Swords adds another element of somebody who is not going to play about you. All right. And then we have the Outcome, which is the Chariot, Cancerian energy. And we have the Ten of Swords. And I like this because this means that this is someone here who is moving on. And this is you moving on from painful endings, betrayals, wounds, backstabbing. The Chariot is saying that I got through all of this and I'm moving forward into a more successful situation. I've gotten through this. I'm going to clarify one more time. The problem is that a lot of times we don't move on from these wounds. And so when you attract and you bring something else into your life, you're still carrying these same wounds, these triggers, these traumas, and this betrayal. The Chariot is saying that you have to move on from this in order to get your blessing, your wish fulfillment, your desire, your healing in a relationship, the Star card, what you've prayed for. And then we have the Seven of Swords also coming out here clarifying. The Seven of Swords can be this energy here of feeling like an imposter, right? Like this is not real. This is not for me. This is not what I deserve. Or am I truly worthy of this? The Ten of Swords is saying that this is all coming to an end. You are moving on from this way of thinking. And I feel that whoever's coming in here, because you got a lot of Swords energy coming in. Swords is all about communication, how they speak, how they think, how they talk. This is going to be somebody who also allows you to continue on your healing journey. This is not somebody who's going to come in and who's going to disrupt the healing journey. They're coming in to help you continue to heal. And it has something to do with their words and how they speak to you, how they think, okay? It's going to be very, very productive and love for you. I want to go back and clarify the Tower. I feel like the Tower is like radical change, a radical shift in how somebody thinks or perceives themselves or their worth. So let's take a look. Show me about the Tower. Yep, Queen of Cups, healing. Healing. She's attracting something. She's calling something in towards her here. All right. And this is all about self-love, self-care, and protection and intuition. So this is clarifying the Tower. This is a type of safe love that is coming in when you least expect it. And coming in quickly, coming in hot. Show me clearly. Yep. Oh my God. That said hot. Now we got fire sign. Look at this. Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. Now this is an okay thing here because this is a new beginning, a passionate new beginning, but also somebody here who is equally yoked with you. The Four of Wands can be a twin flame card. This is happiness, joy, celebrations, marriage. Like, this is a beautiful energy of love that is coming in, and it's coming in when you least expect it, okay? It's not about timing. It's about alignment, all right? So that is what I have for you guys. Take care. Bye.